Someone's hungry. This is Emma, and she's just one of the stars of the programme, because today it's all about the animals. I know what you're thinking. It's going to be Zupa. So this week we celebrate all creatures great and small. Visit a school where the children share their playground with alpacas, and meet the dog who is more than man's best friend. Zoos are a great way of introducing children to animals from all over the world. And here at Chester Zoo, over 400 species fight for your attention. Some are cheeky. Some bigger. And some scarier. And zoos like Chester play an important role in conservation and ensuring that generations to come will still be able to marvel at the animals. This is Eliza. She's a sitatunga, a form of antelope. Now, our music today celebrates creatures great and small. And our first hymn was written by St. Francis of Assisi, who's the patron saint of all lovely animals.
I wake up in the morning and I hear the sound of the gibbons alongside the morning chorus of the birds. In the afternoon and evening, you can hear the lions roar from somewhere away. So it's a fascinating place to live nearby.
Local resident David Clough is Professor of Theological Ethics at the University of Chester and takes a keen interest in the plight of animals.
I think zoos can be very important places, and Chester has done a lot in relation to animal welfare, and they work on preservation of endangered species here, and they also contribute to conservation projects around the world. One way of thinking about zoos in Christian terms would be to think about the story of Noah's Ark. there's a sense in which zoos are playing a role in preserving a whole diversity of species, just as God charged Noah with in the story of the flood.
Some would say we're the number one species. Why do we need the animals that aren't useful to us?
Well, if Christians believe that God had a reason to create them, then Christians should be attentive to what God is doing in relation to other animals in the world and try to participate in that and not be just attentive to human interests, but look much more widely.
It's usually the saints that have some dealing with the animals.
There's some magnificent stories that I think indicate that Christians have thought concern and harmony with the animal kingdom is very close to holiness and saintliness. One of my favourites is the story of St. Kevin, and the story goes that he held up his hands in prayer, and while he was praying, a little bird came and made its nest and laid eggs on top of his hand. And St. Kevin was so concerned to be attentive to the welfare of that bird that he kept his hand out until all the birds had fledged and had flown away. I think if we have a strong sense that God has willed this magnificently diverse creation, then these partial encounters that we can have with animals, even in the context of a zoo, can remind us of the magnificence of God's grace to human beings and to the whole of creation.
For the beauty of the earth, for the beauty of the skies, for the love which from above over and around us lies, over and around us lies. Lord of all, to thee we raise this a joyful hymn of praise. For the joy of human life, brother, sister, parent, child, friend, for gentle thoughts and Lord of all, to thee we raise this a joyful hymn of praise. For each perfect gift of life, to our race of freely given, grace has you, grace of lovely
It's all very well school children going to the zoo, but you wouldn't really expect animals to go to school, would you? Cardinal Wiseman Catholic School in Coventry has its very own farm, and it was the brainwave of teacher Sean O'Donovan.
Well, the idea is really to get kids out of the classroom and be caring for animals. We run an agriculture course and an animal care course, and it suits some kids. It really suits them well. We're a city school, so really this helps a lot, having animals here. Many kids actually, before we got the pigs, didn't know what a pig really looked like, how big it was, what it smelt like and so on.
But it's not really a petting farm, is it?
No, no. And that's very important. There are certain animals here that have pet names, and then the animals which are going to go in the food chain, they don't. And that's a very important distinction, I think, that schools need to make.
So how long have you been on this course?
A couple of months.
Enjoying it?
Yeah, it's good.
Great.
What's the best bit about it?
Working with the animals.
Yeah, just taking care of them, looking after them, seeing all the different things we've got.
Working with animals in a farm is just amazing for me. It's just great.
It's great having all the animals like in the school as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what's your favourite animal?
An alpaca.
Why do you like that so much?
They're just really cool.
Are they?
Yeah.
What do you hope they learn from the getting in and getting dirty aspect of it?
Well, I want them to enjoy it. These are exam classes that they do, so they do that as well. But they learn this responsibility, they learn caring for people. That transmits then to caring for other humans, and that all goes back to our faith as a Christian, caring for other people.
It's the best part of my week. So.
Really?
Yeah.
How come? Why do you love it so much?
I just like to be outdoors, and this
Yeah.
course, like, it's just brilliant. Rather than sitting in the classroom just getting told what to do, you outdoors being practical.
Being around the animals is a great experience.
Do you think more schools should copy you guys then?
Yeah, definitely. Because it teaches a lot of the other students about sustainability and how to do your own thing.
This is a faith school, so how does this farm fit in with that aspect of things?
It is, and I think that's actually a very important part of the whole setup. We have the idea of the Good Shepherd here. I think it was St John's Gospel where he said, I'm the Good Shepherd. And I think that's a really important point, particularly with having the sheep and the animals. And if you can get kids to care for animals, then they'll go on to care for people.